Hey guys, how's it going? I've just received the Bakflip MX4, the tonneau for the Denali, and so I'm going to open it up, pull out the instructions, the hardware, and the warranty, and lay out a few things and see what we got here. I'll bring you right back. Alright, so we have the left rail here. So this is going to get attached under my rail, and I can tell this is the left side because of this plate. We'll bolt the back of the tonneau to that, and these will be the struts that hold it. It actually will fold forward all the way until the last one will come up and rest against the window. And because I got the little spoiler with the brake light on there, I believe I'm going to probably be using these thicker pads that will rest against the window. This stick tape will go on to the back of the Bakflip. These are strap tie downs for when you have the tonneau folded. You can anchor it in the position that you want, like it folds 4 times, I believe. You can put it any position. I'll get to that a little bit more later. This is the lockdown hardware that locks the Bakflip to this, and these are a series of 6 clamps, 3 for each side, to anchor this under the rail. And these tubes will go into this back side of this channel like so, and I'll get to it a little more later, but there's some knockout tabs in the bed that will let the drains go out, and so your bed won't get wet when it rains. And then a little bit of foam stick for that back edge for the so the tonneau will sit on this across the back edge. And there's a couple other little stops here. I believe that this is possibly for when the cover goes over and rests on itself. We'll get to that a little more. So I'll get to, and then I'll show you guys this as well. And this is the matte black finish of the cover itself, and the straps and pull rods are all in here. So we'll get those rails on first, and then we'll get the tonneau laid out. Okay guys, so I'm gonna just attach the rail system under here. So I'm just gonna set this guy right up here and run it all the way forward to here, and I'm going to start with this middle clamp, and I just want to come underneath here and grab the bed and the bracket, and it's a 9/16. I got a 9/16 socket on it, and I'll just go ahead and snug this up a little bit, and then I want to make sure that I push this down so I get a good seal on the bed. I'm going to get that semi going. It jumped into the groove. We're going to push down and give this tighten. Okay, so now we got our 2 bed sides on, so I'll go ahead and bring in the Bakflip now. All right guys, so it's the next day. I've got the rails on. I had to go away on dinner engagement last night, so I had to get back on it today. So I'm going to go ahead now and set the tonneau up on the rails, and then we're going to check a couple of things for fitment. Okay, so before we put that foam strip, glue it down to here, we're going to put these strap tie downs in. And here's the strap tie downs, and these will face aft like that. And they have these little deals right here that will capture the threads. So we're going to go ahead and flip this guy up and set one of these in there. And we'll take this guy and face it aft like this and run a machine screw in. So now that I have the little strap holders in place, I'm going to go ahead and roll this out, because that piece of foam goes down underneath this leading edge, and I don't know if it's going to go on top of where I just put these or on this under this lip here. So I'm going to kind of feel it out by pulling this out before I make my connections that go down into there, because once I do that, I won't be able to pull that up. Okay guys, so we got the liner out, and it's fitting real nice on the rails here. I think I'll give it a little test now on the tailgate, because I want this thing to come up and rest right on the back of the tailgate, so the latch will be able to release it. They don't want too much overhang. They want this little rubber seal right here, right there, to kind of land on the edge of this tailgate. So let me give that a try. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what we got is this fitting, this edge is fitting right up next to that rail all the way good. I've got this gap across the front that looks real good, and what I've determined is there's a little piece of foam right under here, and so what I think I should do is carry that piece of foam that I have right out to just shy of this edge. That'll line it up with this foam here, and that should seal this all off. So I'm going to put a little piece of tape, blue painter's tape here and on the other side, and this is pretty much what it looks like when it's all done. I've tried the tailgate, so if I was to open it, you want to be able to open up and be able to not get stuck on this. And when I close it, it's sealing up real nice, and everything's even on both sides real good. So we're going to call that good, and I'm going to go make the necessary front adjustments, and I'm going to make little marks with some tape back here too, and square everything off so I can put this back exactly where I have it now. When I make these final hold down bolts go in there, I should be able to pull it back into place and then go underneath and tighten all that up. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I made little reference marks on how far this came back to where I had it, and where I've got certain little things marked on how far they come back, and so how far over. And the same thing here, I have this marked on this piece of foam, how far back it comes, and then that line across there on both sides, I will take my foam and put it inside of that about 1/8 of an inch, and that should put it just behind this lip here. So this lip will stick out just a little bit past the foam. Okay, so now that we got the foam is underneath this lip here. I don't want to move the camera, but it's just underneath here. Now we're going to take these guys right here, and we're going to put a kind of a rubber washer there, and then it's going to go through the bed, and that will catch that bracket that we had on the underside like that. I'll do that to both sides, and then we'll follow it up with another rubber, a flat, a lock, and then a tightening knob. And I'm going to get that done on both sides, and I'll bring you guys right back. I'll leave those loose so I can make adjustments if needed. A little tip that I found handy, guys, is they had these little sticky pieces of dense, like corky stuff that was down on the bottom that gets knocked out when you push these in. So you can put these up here to hold this from spinning, and it worked real good to get those twist knobs on. Otherwise these just wanted to spin, and so I did that on both sides, and I got that semi tight now. So now we can come in and fold the tarp back out, or fold the tonneau back out, and see how it lines up, and come in here and make this you know, permanent, tighten it down good. Okay, so everything came back out right where I had it, to the edge there. This foam is just under this lip. You can feel it just there, about 1/8 under, so that worked out good. Everything's even across the top. As far as this little seal flap is about a 1/16 of an inch off the side of that rail all the way down. And with this little drop gate, it was kind of nice because I can see that where this lands is on this second flap back. There's two here, so it pushes this flap down and seals on that one, so should be the same all the way across. So we're going to call that good. So I'm going to crawl underneath there without disturbing this cover and tighten those knobs down there, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay guys, so now I got everything tightened all inside. We're going to close the tailgate, and then we're going to hit the key fob twice, and this should drop without being hung up if it's working correctly. Okay, good. I like that. Okay, so we're going to roll open the tonneau and connect the drain tubes now, and the pads that will allow it to open towards the window there. Okay, so now we have two different size bumpers here, but because I got this painted lip and this edge, when I put this up, because this will allow you to rest it against the glass up here. So what we want to do is we're going to have to use these fatter ones, because of this is not going to keep it off the paint. So we want to make sure that we count for coming in from that painted edge there. So we're going to call that about 4 inches in, and we'll be able to put one on both sides there as high up as we can get it, and then we'll put one in the middle, and then that'll allow it to open against there. So I'll get that done and bring you right back. Okay guys, so with the foam pieces installed, we'll go ahead and pull the ripcord to let the gaps off the and then we'll be able to rest that right against there. Now I wanted to also show you that there is a set of struts that are right here that you just pull out, and you can bring that guy here and drop these guys down onto the struts like so, and make the connection there. So that makes the cover, oops, gotta bring it down a little bit more. There's a stopping point in there, right? There we go. And you get both sides done, and then you get nice and secure for traveling. The nice thing about this truck is it has the camera rear view mirror, so you can still see out the back with the cover up, so that's really nice. So the only thing left to do is to put the drain hoses in, and there's a spot to plug in. I'll take you guys off of here real quick and show you. So there is a spot right there to plug that hose into. there, and I have not decided yet if I want to do this plug or that plug. So I'm going to leave this for now, but one way or the other, this thing's going to get fed down through there. I think I'll probably go with this forward one because, oops, maybe not. See, that's a big hole. I don't think I want that big hole there. This little guy is almost the exact size of that hose, so I think I'll take this off. And if I can sneak that hose down through there, it might take me a while to do, but one way or the other, I'll get the hose down there and then plug that in. All right. I decided to go out the side. Now I can always modify that opening with something. I can take the stock plug here and do something with it, or come up with something maybe to make that a little tighter fit. For right now, that's pretty good. So we're going to call that good for that part for now. Okay, so now with the last thing we're going to do is, because this every other one of these panels is latched underneath here with a cable pull, this thing won't go anywhere without pulling that. But if you want to drive around with it open on this last one, that's when we can use these little straps here to plug in, tighten down. That will keep it from actually opening this way. So, all right, we're just going to close back up the folding Bakflip MX4 and we'll wrap this one up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fold her out and close up the tailgate. All right, so that's it on the tonneau. Appreciate you guys watching and hope you enjoyed the video. So we're off to get tinted side glass now, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Be safe.